Sprinting down the desolate hallway, Wide Pullout's heart pounded. The flickering lights cast long shadows.
A voice boomed from the intercom.
Hey, Vsaucs, Michael here. Your national security is safe, or is it?
Wide Pullout pushed himself harder. I had to escape. Rounding a corner, his feet slipped on the metallic floor and he crashed to the ground.
A dark figure stood over him. It was MatPat, his eyes gleaming in the dim light. He grabbed Wide Pullout by the collar. Hello, Internet, welcome to Game Theory, and why is Russia's national security easy to break into?
The nation's secrets are not yours to share.
Wide Pullout struggled in his grasp, fear coursing through his veins.
Don't worry, your suffering will be brief.
Suddenly, a bright light filled the hallway. A figure materialized, seemingly out of thin air.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Vsaucs moved with a speed that defied logic. One moment he was standing there, the next he was behind Wide Pullout. A swift movement, a flash of metal. Wide Pullout gasped. He couldn't believe his eyes. Wide Pullout laid still on the ground. Vsaucs wiped a blade on his sleeve and turned towards Wide Pullout. A slow, unsettling smile spread across his face.
As I was saying, his national secrets are safe with me.
He extended a hand towards Wide Pullout to make sure he was dead.
Come with me, MatPat. We have much to discuss.
MatPat hesitated, but he went anyway. Together they walked deeper into the facility. Their laughter echoed through the empty corridors. It was a sound that promised pain and chaos. The intercom crackled back to life.
Attention all personnel. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. A solar radioactive object is on a direct collision course with Earth. We have very little time.
The message ended abruptly. Silence descended, a silence heavier than death. Panic erupted in the facility. Alarms blared. Red lights flashed. But amidst the chaos, a different kind of chase was taking place. Donald Trumpet, his toupee askew, sprinted down a corridor, his face dripping with sweat, his chest heaving. Behind him, a terrifying sight. Dante inhabiting the body of the Hanukkah cat.
You can't hide forever, Trumpet. Ohio's wrath will consume you.
Trump fumbled with a strange device strapped to his back. The Trump cannon, a weapon of unimaginable power. He aimed it blindly over his shoulder and fired. A beam of pure energy shot out, melting the metal walls around them. But Dante was gone. He reappeared right in front of Trump, a smug look on the Hanukkah cat's face.
No, it can't be.
He collapsed to the ground. His heart had given out. Dante, still in Hanukkah cat's body, let out a triumphant hiss. But his victory was short-lived. Outside, the sky turned an eerie green, the ground shook, the sleepy Mars insect had arrived. S5, media alien insect invasion, Ohio prevails. The ancient Arthur raised his hands, summoning his power. He had to find a way out of the edge of the universe. He could feel the despair of the trapped souls around him as he somehow ended up in prison void. He could sense Ginny Cat's growing power. He fed off their fear. He closed his eyes, focusing his mind. He had to break free. He had to save himself. He had to save the world from the sleepy Mars insect. His thoughts raced. He searched for a loophole, a weakness in the fabric of the void prison. Then he saw it, a faint glimmer of light in the distance, a beacon of hope. He focused his energy on that light, channeling all his power into a desperate gamble. He would escape. He would return to Earth. He would defeat the sleepy Mars insect. He had to. The ancient Arthur opened his eyes. He was back in the facility. The air was thick with dust and the smell of ozone. He could hear the sleepy Mars insects' deafening roars echoing through the corridors. He knew what he had to do. He raised his hands, summoning his ancient power. He would defeat the sleepy Mars insect. He would save humanity. He was their only hope. He charged into the heart of the chaos, ready to face his destiny.